Hello, fifth graders. Today we are doing a review of the direct objects and looking more closely at two types of verbs, transitive verbs and intransitive verbs. Let's dig into transitive verbs right away because these are the verbs we'll be using for all of our upcoming sentences in the coming, months, really, a couple of months. So transitive verbs are verbs that need a direct object. It's a verb that needs to transfer the action. Let's just look at some examples. John threw the ball. Threw is our verb, is our action. John is the one throwing the ball. Now a transitive verb, in this case threw, needs to have something to transfer the verb to. If we just had the sentence, John threw, well, through what? We need more information. So a transitive verb needs an object to transfer the verb to. In this case, it's the ball. In the sentence, I caught a cold, caught is our verb, and caught needs an object to transfer to. If we just had the sentence, I caught, well, I caught what? We need something to transfer this to. In this case, it's a cold. I caught a cold. This is also a direct object, which we learned about last language. In our last example, we have she loves rainbows. Oh, we need a period. Loves is our verb, and we need our direct object, rainbows, to complete it, to transfer the loves. So if we just had she loves, well, we need more information. She loves what? If you can ask the question, she loves what, or she caught what, or she threw what, that means it needs a direct object. In this case, it's rainbows. Those are transitive verbs. They need to transfer their action onto something else. On the flip side, we have intransitive verbs. These are verbs that don't need an object for it to make sense. Like, they jumped. They jumped. That makes sense. We don't need to add anything else. We wouldn't, if we asked the question, they jumped what? Well, that doesn't make sense. We wouldn't ask that question here. Sometimes you might see something added on, like they jumped on the trampoline, but we don't need that on the trampoline for the sentence to make sense. The dog ran, period. We don't ask the question, the dog ran what? That makes sense if we just leave it there. The dog ran. We don't need an object to transfer the verb over. You could add one if you wanted to. You could add more information. The dog ran over the hill, or the dog ran under the bridge. Our third example is the light was shining. That in itself makes sense. We don't have to ask the question, what? The light was shining what? Because this sentence makes sense without a direct object or another object. Again, we could add more if we wanted to. The light was shining all night, or the light was shining over the balcony. Let's look deeper into these examples by creating sentence strips, and I'll show you some examples. Hey, fifth graders. All right, so I want to show you an example of a transitive verb. Let's take the verb or the sentence, Miss Bigelow, I'll just say I check the mail. All right, well, here's my mailbox. I check is the verb. I'm checking the mailbox, no mail. I need to transfer my verb, check, to an object. If I just say I check, that doesn't really make sense, does it? I need to transfer my verb onto a direct object. So I check, what do I check? The mail. In this case, it's empty. What? I could also use the example for an intransitive verb. I could say, I walk. Walk is our verb. We can stop there. We don't need a direct object to transfer it onto. We can just say, I walk. We could add more details like, I walk to the mailbox. To the mailbox is not a direct object though. That's actually a prepositional phrase. So it makes sense if I just say, I walk. That's an intransitive verb because it doesn't need to be transferred to another verb. It doesn't need a direct object. Why don't you watch more of the video and I'll show you more examples to make more sense. Let's practice some sentences together. Here I have the sentence, the players ate hamburgers and French fries. The first thing to do to figure out if it's a transitive or intransitive verb is to first find the verb, the action word. In this sentence, the players ate hamburgers and French fries. Ate is our verb. I'm going to start the diagram. Okay, then we ask our questions. What is the action? Ate. Who did the action? Well, in this case, the players did the action. So the players are our subject. The players ate. Now, let's figure out if it's transitive or intransitive. Remember, if it's transitive, we can answer the question, what? Ate what? If we can answer that question with the rest of the sentence, that means it's a transitive verb because the action is being transferred to the direct object. So can we answer the question, what? The players ate what? Hamburgers and French fries. So yes, we can. This would be called a transitive verb. TV. We'll shorten it to TV, transitive verb. And we can diagram the rest of the sentence because we know how to do that with direct objects. In this case, hamburgers and French fries answer the question, what? Let's look at another sentence. The young athletic boy biked quickly to the skate park. Okay, well, let's first find our verb. The young athletic boy or girl biked quickly to the skate park. Well, biked is our verb. This is our action word. So let's put that in our diagram. Now let's figure out who is it that's doing the biking. So who did the action? The young athletic boy. So that's our subject. S for subject. The young athletic boy. Now we need to decide, is it a transitive or intransitive verb? Does this sentence make sense if we stopped after the verb? Do we need a direct object? The young athletic boy biked. Well, that makes sense. Can we answer the question, what received the action? So what did the boy bike? The young athletic boy biked what? quickly to the skate park. That doesn't answer that question, what, does it? It's describing how he did it and to where he went. It doesn't ask the question, it doesn't transfer the verb. So this is an intransitive verb in this example. Intransitive verb. We'll put IV for that. And for now, I'm not going to diagram the rest of the sentence. We'll learn how to do that another day. We can stop there because this sentence can make sense if we were to stop it right here. We don't need the rest of it. Right? So we just diagrammed the part that we need. The young athletic boy biked. Period. The rest is just added information. Let's try one more. Last one. The thoughtful, generous parents gave their child a gift for their birthday. That's kind of a long sentence. There's a lot of information in here. But let's just find the verb. So don't get overwhelmed. Just find the verb. In this case, our verb is gave. The thoughtful, generous parents gave their child a gift for their birthday. Let's go ahead and diagram gave because we know that's the verb. And let's who or what is doing the giving. In this case, it's the thoughtful, generous parents. That's our subject, the person doing or the things or people doing the action. The thoughtful, generous parents. Now we need to ask the question, can we ask the question what? So does it make sense? Does this verb need to be transferred? The thoughtful, generous parents gave. If we stopped there and just said the thoughtful, generous parents gave, does this sentence make sense or do we need more information? Yeah, we need to figure out, well, gave what? And this sentence does answer the question, gave what? They gave their child a gift for their birthday. So the verb gave needs a direct object. It needs an object to transfer the giving. Gave what? A gift for their birthday. So this one is a transitive verb because it needs a direct object to answer the question. To answer the question, who or what received the action? Who or what received gave their child a gift for their birthday? I'm just going to shorten it to say their child. All right, you have two options for this assignment. You can either, in a book you're reading or a book, try to find examples of 5 transitive verbs and 5 intransitive verbs and write those sentences down and diagram them like I did here. If they're intransitive, you can stop where you need to because it doesn't need a direct object. If they're transitive, make sure you get that direct object in there. The second option is there are 5 sentences already given to you on Canvas, and you can diagram those 5 sentences, including you need to figure out if they're transitive or intransitive verbs. Then you need to come up with 5 more of your own examples. And they can be 3 transitive and 2 intransitive, or 4 transitive and 1 intransitive. You can decide how to mix it up, but you need to create 5 more of your own sentence examples. Make sure you write down the full sentence and then the sentence diagram that goes with it. Good luck. This can be tricky, so please ask for help from Mr. Shively or myself. Thank you.